Welcome to tonight's stream. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff tonight, and it's going to start with this nice build here. A few of our great community members were working on this archetype this week, and I thought I would be taking a few hours tonight to stream, talk a bit about the deck, and talk about where we're going. This is a very strong archetype, and I truly believe that it's going to be something, maybe even tier 1 at some point. Maybe not now. We're getting a new set though, so maybe we're going to get the right tools for it, but it is very strong. It's doing something unique. It's doing something very strong. It's exploiting the class traits, which for the characters and the champion, which we haven't seen that much in PvE right now. So I'm really glad that we have a build that does that, and it's really fun. So looking at the deck real quick, so what I want to do is simple. We've got this Cyclone Shipper that is going to reduce the cost of all action by 1, and we've got Heroic Echo, which creates a copy of target troop you control that shares a class with you and put it into your hand. We're playing Blue Sparrow. She is a mage, and Cyclone Shaper is a mage, so that works. We're also running the equipment for Heroic Echo that reads summon a copy of target troop you control and that shares a class with you. So instead of putting the copy into our end, we're just going to put it into play. Now here the cost of Heroic Echo is 1. So what happens is that on turn 3, when we put Cyclone Shaper, we're going to be able to use Heroic Echo to get another 1, and then get another 1. So the goal is to get up to -3 in cost. So it might be that we're getting an empowered Cyclone Shaper and then copying it, or we got 3 copies of Cyclone Shaper. But once we do that, everything like even at -1, we've got some arcane focuses. We've got arcane focuses and chronic madness, and then when we were at 2, we've got some nice card draw engines with impulse and fuel for the fire. And as soon as we hit 3, this is the mother load, because we're going to be able to play Bounty of the Magus non-stop. We're going to be able to just recycle our hand with Tidality, and we're going to cycle through our whole deck, and the win condition is Chronic Menace, so we're going to bury our opponent. We're using this build, I'm testing with it. This is the first try I'm going to do with this build in particular, but you usually want to have a couple cards, 3 to 4 in the arena that's going to help you survive. Survive aggressive start, survive things like Elite or Guard that starts with Rage 1/1 in play. I particularly like Spirit of Retribution, but I've seen a lot of builds using things like Morphology in that slot, just to have something to do on turn 2. But since this build is a bit heavier on the 2 card draw with Ruby, I figured I would use Spirit of Retribution, and it's up right now. It's up for debate. Is it better to have Spirit of Retribution or something else? We've seen builds that are running Rage Fire as the win condition. We've seen build with Chronic Madness. We've also seen build that we're running Runic Upheaval as a really cool way to get some damage in and even a kill sometimes. There's a lot of way to approach this, because at some point you're just drawing your whole deck and you have access to a lot of cards. So right now it's up in the air to the theorycrafter and the deck builders for PvE to figure out what's the best build. This last build is very close to what Koto the Mage posted on the forums in the Frustrating Arena tier list that is maintained by Nico Sharp. I did adapt it to run the Spirit of Retributions. There's also a card that I really like that is Soothsaying, but I don't think in this particular version it's better than the Ruby card. But this is basically splitting for Ruby and testing for the nice 2 card drops. And I'm also going for Spirit of Retribution with a bit of defense. We're going to see, so we're going to kick that off. I haven't tested it yet, so the first time I'm running this one through the Frustrating Arena, but you'll figure out very quickly what we're doing here. We've got a million card draw, and we're going to have tons of fun. We're currently testing about what's a good number of win condition card. Right now it's either Ragefire or Chronic Madness. I tend to go with 2. I know a lot of people love to have more, like 3 or 4. I think 4 is overkill since we're basically drawing a whole deck. But maybe 3 is good because there's a few opponents in the arena that's going to bury you a couple of cards, and if you don't combo kill soon enough, they might bury one of your cards. So maybe I want to have 3, but we're going to test with 2. I've done a couple runs with 2 and it worked so far. So, but it's not a lot of, still not a lot of experience with this. So, what you want to see in the starting gun is either Heroic Echo or Cyclone Shaper. If you don't have any of these 2 cards, usually you at least take the first 3 mulligan. After that, it's a bit depending on the hand that you have. We're fighting against an opponent that is not really aggressive, so I don't feel the really need to have a Spirit of Retribution. However, since we do have an Heroic Echo, we've got an Arcane Focus, we've got a Sapphire Shard, so it feels like a good hand to keep here. I'm going to see if that pans out, but what's happening with the screen? Okay. First turn we're going to go with a shard. We want our ruby, and we're just going to pass the turn. We don't need to be super aggressive with the Spectral Acorn. I really love to keep them in as long as possible. Right now, turn 2, we're going to go with. Let's see what we get. Oh, we've got another echo. That's perfect. So at this point, we kind of want to hit the Cyclone Shaper really quickly because we've got everything that we need in our hand besides the Shaper. So we're going to go deep to find our Cyclone Shaper. No Cyclone Shaper. We already got a Tidality. I guess if anything, we're going to use Bounty of the Magus as much as possible. I feel like this is a good time to use the Acorn. Trying to see if we get a Shaper, and I guess just to be efficient with our cards. The other reason not to do that would have been to not use Chronic Madness if we expect to be playing Tidality next turn or the turn after that, because it's one less card in hand, and you kind of want to have as many cards in hand as possible when you do that. So at this point, we're not under a lot of pressure. We still got our Spirit of Retribution, so I feel I'm pretty safe. I don't think we want a well that much. So I'd like to keep the Heroic Echo. Oh, this is, yeah. Using the Impulse wasn't that great because we are losing a card at the end of the turn. Impulse is mainly there to combo off when you have the Shaper, not really to just play out like that, so it was a slight mistake. Should have gone for Bounty of the Magus. Oh, we've got a Shaper! Okay, so now you'll see what's going on. We're going to keep the resource there, so we're going to play the Shaper. Now the actions are -1, we get another Shaper, -2, we get another Shaper, -3. At this point, Bounty of the Magus is free. Tidality is free. So we can Bounty of the Magus again. We can Fuel the Fire to draw more card. Chronic Madness is our win condition, so we don't have any ways to draw more cards, sadly, at this point. So we're just going to put our shard here, and that's going to be in the end of the turn. But still, we're in a decent position, right? We've got a Lama, we've got a couple Cyclone Shapers, and we can even do an Empower Cyclone Shaper next turn. And our Champion Power in next turn is going to draw us some cards, so just setting up, and as soon as we get a card draw, we should be good. Like, we're either going to attack and kill him, or we're just going to draw our whole deck and bury him to death. Right. That's not a concern. Enough to get a card draw. Our deck is all card draw. That's a bit annoying. Alright. Alright, but we're still like... Right now we whiffed on comboing off. But we still have a commanding board position. It's not an issue. And opponent's not attacking. And as soon as we get any card draw, we should be out of the wood. We already have 2 escalation on the bounty of the Magus. Really not a problem. Here we're going to get hit a bit. That's okay. We could lose Cyclone Shapers to a flyer, I guess. Because we're going to play an Empower 1. And that's 3, and we really just need -3, so might as well do this. Oh, and we got 1 anyway. Impulse! Alright, so Impulse. Draw 3. Ah, come on! At this point, yeah, we still want to play our shards, because we're going to get the champion power activation next turn for an additional card draw. We've drawn a lot of shards. Okay, yeah. 2, 3 shards, 4, 5, plus 8 in play right now, so... It's kind of a bummer at this point, but oh well. We're going to kill this and chum block this, and kill it with this. Alright. No card draw. We'll see if we can get a card draw here. Fuel Fire. Okay. Let's go. Arcane Focus and Dream Eagle. That's perfect. Alright. Only shard. That's not good. And what do we have? We have Bounty of the Magus for 3 cards. Tidal Odie would be 3 cards anyway. So let's go with the Bounty of the Magus for 3. Nico and Madness. Okay, so let's do this. Card draw. Card draw. We want more card draw. Didn't really work hard as we wanted, but... Oh yes, never mind. That was enough Cunning Madness in total, so we win. But we whiffed a couple times here. It did work out. We were on the bad end of variance for this fight, because as you've seen, when we start with a Cyclone Shaper in hand, we can often combo off on turn 3 and just kill them. But usually it's more like a turn 4 or 5 ish. We've got a Cyclone Shaper and an Echo. We've got all the shards that we need. This is perfect. Excellent. Alright, so what do we do now? I think we want to guarantee that we're getting a non-resource next. And we could just wire it to me. Another Shaper, it's okay. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, so here we go. We're going to do this and we're going to do nothing on turn 2. Don't need to use Blue Spiral just yet. I want to make sure that we know what's going on before we do that. So our Ruby Threshold, our Cyclone Shaper, and then we go with this. We go with this. So all 3 cost actions in the deck are going to be... yeah, we don't need more Cyclone Shaper. Drawing a card. Green Eagle is okay. We need things that draw more than 1 card. We're going to go with a Bounty of the Magus. Draws 2 card now. Draws 3 card now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fuel Fire. And Bounty of the Magus is the one thing that we want at this point. I'm not going to start casting the Cunning Madness just yet. We really want to rack up enough cards to combo off. So we need card draw. That's the main priority right now. We need cards that are going to be feed for Tidal Eddy. But here we're going to Tidal Eddy, replace our whole hand. We had a bunch of cards. We're very likely to get a ton of card draw in it. And this is likely just the end for our opponent at this point. So just going to Bounty of the Magus a couple times. And eventually we're going to get a Cunning Madness that we need to kill our opponent, even if we just have to. Another Bounty of the Magus. Cunning Madness there. Here we go. Easy peasy. Turn 3 win. You kind of need to be careful with the Bounty of the Magus. At some point it becomes too high. But that's why you always go with the highest card draw that you have in your hand first. Because at the end, if you're very close, you can always use the draw 2 and draw 1 to just get the last few triggers on the Cunning Madness that we need. But for the most part, that is how you win on turn 3 with the Echo Shaper deck. And the less card you have in hand at the end, the quicker it is to just discard and win. Turn 3! Turn 3! That's how you do it. Okay, so the biggest thing that we had testing this is that the Ruby version felt that it was a bit better because it was able to have removal, but it was a bit less consistent. And the Mono Sapphire version was a lot more consistent, but it lacked really the way to interact with the board. So what I'm doing right now is kind of a matchup of the two. I'm using the very good card draw on 2 from the Ruby decks, while using the Spirit of Retribution to stay alive, but I'm still heavy on Sapphire for the card draw as well. So yeah, this, you know what, with 2 Impulse we might be able to do something, but I really don't like Impulse if we're not comboing off, so we're going to replace the end. One Alright. Alright, this is better. Okay. We've got an Arcane Focus on turn 2, and maybe an Impulse, but we kinda don't want to use Impulse, so I'm not a fan of Impulse, to be honest. I'm really not, because you can't just run it on turn 2 and try to increase your hand. That just doesn't work, because you have to discard a card. It's really good when you combo off, but there are other cards that are as good when you combo off, if not better. So I think Fuel of Fire might even be strong enough to justify going for Ruby, but I'm not sure if Impulse is going to make it. Alright, not the best right now, but hey, hello PRG, how are you doing tonight? Acorn, we'd like a Sapphire Shard. Not in case like that, and we're not under any pressure right now, so I really like to do just Bounty of the Magus as much as possible. Ranking up Bounty of the Magus early is the safest way to combo off with this deck. We really want to rack up the Bounty of the Magus as much as possible. 4/4, hey, we've got this. So this turn we do this, and we could Fuel a Fire or Impulse. Impulse is 3. We need an Heroic Echo, so let's do Impulse. That's sad. If we can get something nice. This one, at the end of your turn, this... yeah, discard it, so it's more or less free. We can start doing this, I guess. And next turn we We can either... I think we're going to Fuel the Fire and Bounty of the Magus. Oh, come on. Instead of Tidal Eddy. Fuel the Fire. Oh yeah. Okay, so we might get that. One cost Bounty of the Magus that draws 2. I think we're going to go with 0 cost Tidal Eddy. Okay, we got there. Now it's Fuel the Fire. We're going to keep the Fuel the Fire for later. If we can avoid having to use it, that's great. So now we're in combo mode, so just going to draw all the cards. Oh yeah, that's great. Alright, this one... I'm not playing the shard right now. I just want to get as the biggest hand I can if, for a Tidal Eddy if we end up in a situation where we don't have enough cards. I should be playing my Chronic Menace now though. That we have another Chronic Menace. No. So let's go. Bounty of the Magus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why not draw 8 now? And yeah, we should be pretty good. Here we go. Now we don't want to Bounty of the Magus for 9. We have 9. That's okay. So we're good. Yeah, I kind of like that interaction, but I'm still not sold on Impulse because it doesn't help you to set up when you're not getting your combo pieces. So that's kind of why I don't like it. Like, it's good when you're ahead, but it's not good when you're behind with the list. And I think we've got enough card draw in here that having a card draw that is bad when you're behind is not the greatest. And also, since I'm running a lower count of Chronic Madness, if I kind of use it to set up and I end up discarding Chronic Madness and I only have 1, that's kind of not that's not what I want to be doing. So I think I'm going to go away from Impulse. It might still be worthwhile to keep the Ruby just for Fuel the Fire, because I really like that we can just win on our own turn when we do that, because we make our opponent draw a card. And I had the kill a lot quicker than I played last turn if I would have used the Fuel the Fire at the end. So we'll see. First turn, we've got nothing of the combo pieces, but we've got a Dream Eagle, we've got a Fuel the Fire. It was not the best hand to keep, but we're going to see. Again, I don't think I want an Impulse that early. So we're going to Fuel the Fire next, and... Or do we want to Dream Eagle? I think... Tidal Eddy is nice. With Tidal Eddy in end, we're going to want to Fuel the Fire first, I believe. And now we've got even a Bounty of the Magus that costs less. But I think we're just going to Tidal Eddy with a bunch of cards in our end this turn. Because we're going to need to combo off now. Unless we draw a Shaper with this. Not a Shaper. So, Tidal Eddy. We've got some defense and we've got a Shaper. And we're going to be able to play both our Arcane Focus next turn, so it's not that bad. And we're killing the Recruiter there, so go Power Ranger. We're getting some health, so these guys, they relieve a ton of pressure. Alright, so you first. We want card draw, so Impulse now is good. And we're not getting much else. We could just play this to guarantee an Unshard at the top and then Impulse. Oh, we can't Impulse this turn. Oh, was a mistake. Alright. Impulse next turn then. Should have gone with the just a shard and impulse. Because the key card I want at this point is Heroic Eco, and we can certainly get a good amount of them. So impulse. Here we go. That's what we want. I think we're going to play this. And now we've got a Tidality. We're going to have to Tidality. Maybe I just want to go draw 3, and then if anything, if all else fails, we're just going to eddy our way out of this situation. Yeah, we've got a million shards. Alright. That's okay, I guess. So we want to find card draw. It's not card draw. This is card draw, alright. I don't think it's a high... Yeah, that's the first one. Okay, focus. Okay, that we're getting closer. Tidal Eddy. Do I want more shapers? We don't really need to. Just go Tidal Eddy for a bunch. And now we've got Bounty of the Magus. Times 2. Oh, wait, I should be using these first. Here we go. We've got a Fuel the Fire now, so we're not going to miss the Fuel the Fire kill at this point. And okay, Bounty of the Magus again. Where are the Chroning Madness? 11. Oh, we're at 7. That's cool. Hey, we've got one. Alright. Chroning Madness. 6 card. This is too high. So we don't want to use Fuel the Fire if we can avoid it. So Impulse. Didn't work. Impulse. Hey. Here. And then you. And then we don't even have to discard because we have Fuel the Fire. And we kill our opponent. So that's cool. Fuel the Fire adds a lot of speed. Because if you're going to kill them like that, I think it's worthwhile. So I'm really not sold on Impulse at all. And I believe we're even using a piece of equipment for it. So I'm thinking that yeah, it's the trinket. I'm sure there's a better, because like this one is not good. We don't want to impulse on turn 2. And if we impulse Shapers or Heroic Eco, it's just it doesn't work. It's good when you're ahead, but it's bad when you're behind, and I really don't like that. I'm fairly sure we can find a card draw that's going to be better than that. It's going to be at least okay when you're trying to set up, and it's going to be drawing 3 or more cards when we're comboing up. So we're going to get 2 Shapers, so we're going to be able to impulse. That's not... that should be... we might be able to sequence this for a turn 3 kill. Let's see... oh, Fuel the Fire! This is great. Shard base feels solid right now with the... I really like that we're hitting our rubies and 2 Sapphire Threshold easily. I think the shard base is close to what I like. So we'll do this. At this point we draw our cards, see what we get. I'd rather not use the Fuel of Fire, but do we impulse? I guess we can play our Chroning Madness if we get them, and we can play Heroic Eco if we find them, so we're going to impulse. Thanks for the follow, Leoff. Appreciate it. Welcome to the team. So impulse was okay. Just try to find another Eric Eco here. Alright. Bounty of the Magus always first. In focus. Not panning out. I'm going to use one Field of Fire. Yeah, that didn't work out. So Tidality. I want to keep one Field of Fire in the deck just to be sure. Bounty of the Magus. Running Madness. We've got a Tidality, but we want Bounty of the Magus with this. Impulse will do. There's a world where you keep your Spectral Acorn in hand for the very end. If you're very close to decking yourself, you can just use the Acorn to get the last few cards one by one. Often that's a nice way to optimize. But right now we've got 2 Bounty of the Magus, so we should be perfectly fine. We haven't found another Field of Fire yet, but shouldn't be too far behind. Arcane Focus on an Impulse. Picard. Hey, Chronic Menace. Right. Do we Spectral Acorn? No, I think we're just going to... And Spectral Acorn is immune to be affected by all other powers. So when you have them in hand and you Tidal Eddy, you keep them in your hand. So that's pretty cool. That's a neat small trick here that you can do. Oh crap, I should have played Chronic Madness first, but I think with these 2 here it should be good. And then we're going to Field of Fire. Okay, we got there. We got there. So far so good. We haven't had very hard fights that pressures us a lot. This is why I wanted to test the Spirit of Retributions. I'm going to keep that. That is a decent start. Oh yeah, we got a Cyclone Shaper, that's great. We'd like to see a Ruby resource in the next 2 cards. Next turn we can Dream Eagle for whatever we need. So that's pretty neat. We kinda want a Ruby, but I'm not going to Dream Eagle just now because we're not going to be able to play anything, and I'd rather know what is our next card before we Dream Eagle. Oh, we've got another Gekko, that's perfect. Do we Dream Eagle for a Ruby card right now? I want to do that. A Ruby Shard, not a Ruby card. Now we've got a Ruby card, a Ruby Shard. We play the Shaper. We play the Heroic Gekko, and what I really like in this situation is that we've got 2 card draw that cost 0. That's pretty cool. So 10 minutes until our Experimental Rock Tournament. Alright, so draw a couple cards. Look at what we're going to get. And I'm not too keen on impulsing right there. I guess, yeah, it's safe. As soon as we have 2 Shapers on the board, it's safe. Wow, we're going to lose a Tidality. That sucks. That sucks real. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. What card draw actions do we have that cost 2 or 3 maximum? That's the biggest question. Soothsaying it would be at the very top of my list right now. Field of Fire. Hey, we've got a Tidality. We kinda want to maximize our card draw right now, so we're going to use the Acorn, but if we get more Acorn, we likely just keep them in hand. Bounty of the Magus. Pulse. Bounty of the Magus. Do we Fuel the Fire? Just go with, we want more Bounty of the Magus. The problem with Parrot is that it's not an action. And it doesn't help us. It doesn't help us to dig for the combo pieces. It kind of doubles the next action, but do we really need to double the next action? I don't think so. I think it's more important to draw cards than doubling the actions. We could test though. We can certainly test that, but I've got a feeling that it's not really what we want to do. Alright, work is asking for my attention, so give me a second there, I need to read the chat. Okay. Okay, give me a sec, guys. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice here. I'm just being. Work is asking a bit of attention right now, but we can still. Yeah, the key here, the really key, the thing that makes the deck work is Bounty of the Magus. So you just want to lower the cost of actions by 3, and then you just Bounty of the Magus, and again and again and again. Just want to make sure that you don't kill yourself, but for the most part, it's really easy. Alright, so bear with me here. I'm going to deal with an emergency from work while we're doing this. Oh, did I just kill myself? Yeah, that's what you get for not paying attention playing this thing. If I would have been paying attention, I wouldn't have won the game. But I'm going to use that opportunity to withdraw and kind of want to explore switching out the impulse. And that leaves us with a trinket equipment. So we could just go. We kind of want more card, right? I still think 2 Chronic Madness is okay. We may want to go up to 3, but okay. Alright, so here, where do we go? I guess we want to explore Ruby and Sapphire actions first, see what we get. And maybe we search for draw. I want a rock! Is Forest Arena worth running? It depends what you're searching for. If you want to farm gold, you'd be much better going into the campaign running either a Lonely Xokoi or a Lonely Killipid build with either an Elf Warrior or an Elf Ranger or a Venom Ranger or a lot of classes. There's many of these builds, they all have roughly the same speed. They're all the same thing. You have 1 card in your deck, you have all the ice shards, some amount of permafrost, and the right talents for your the right party passives, and at least one. You need to be starting 1 troop on the board, and then you're good. If you want to farm dragons for the awesome animated sleeves and the insane amount of gold and value from the dragons, you do Fostering Arena, but you have to understand that the dragons have less than 1% appearance rate. It's slightly half of a percent. So be ready to play the arena a lot. Now, it's not to say that the arena does not give you a good amount of gold. It's just that if you want to just farm gold, the arena is not the most efficient, but it still rewards you with a lot of cards, and there's value in these cards. So if you want to get into trading, selling cards, you can get a decent secondary value from Fostering Arena as well. And it's fun. Fostering Arena allows you to play with your PvP champions, which you cannot do in the campaign. So there's a lot of fun to be had in the arena. It just depends what you're searching for. What's Lone Zokoi running these days? It's pretty much the same thing. It didn't really change after the gem. It changed the gem that you put in the Zokoi, and that's it. I came to like the Lonely Killipede build better. Just preference. It ignores L total, and I really like that. And even if it takes one more turn, it takes the same amount of attacks. So it's roughly the same speed. Really, it's just that you're running Killipede, and it's a bit more reliable, because if they remove the Killipede, it just goes straight back to your deck, and then you can just play another Fate Weave resource and you get it back. So it's a bit more sturdier. It's a bit sturdier. So we could go with Game Ground. Discard a card random, then draw 2 cards. Yeah. Feet. Feet would be, yeah. That's not great. It should be better in Easy Tree, and I haven't timed any runs, but I'm fairly sure that it is as quick as Lonely Zokoi, and it might even be a tad quicker, because in the last few fights on Great Machine Graveyard, sometimes you do need to attack and you do need another turn with Zokoi, often on the last fight. Granted, it's not a big part of the run, but Killipede often just wraps up the games every 3 turns, and it's very consistent. So is that where Great Machine Graveyard? No, AZ3, what we referred as A Adventure Zone, or give me a sec. Okay, so first and foremost, like a specific seed to yourself. Give me a sec here. This, I'm very sorry guys, I'm just live. Yay, Sir Sleepy is there. Look at this nice shirt. Look at that. Nice colors. So bright and shiny. It makes me happier in life. with more of this shiny light here in the party and all. That's so cool. I wish work wouldn't call me as soon as I start streaming though. That's the problem. That is the problem. November 5. When was November 5? November 5 was Sunday. Sorry guys, sorry. Alright. So, should be okay for a couple of minutes now. Okay, now, so we're searching for a card, and also, sorry, I was answering a question. Adventure zones are the campaign part that we have in the game. We've got 2 zones right now. What we're referring to as Adventure Zone 3 would be the next update. It's going to happen in a couple of months, so we don't have it yet. Great Machine Graveyard is one of the dungeons in the second zone that we have right now. So, in essence, Great Machine Graveyard is the last dungeon in the campaign right now. So if you want to farm gold, this is where you go, because it's the place where you're going to get the best gold per hour when you have a good build to farm gold. Now, when you farm gold, if you have a very strong build and you're very consistent, you should be able to get around 15,000 gold per hour. If you're a dungeon crawler, you can go up higher than that, but less than 1% of the players have that perk on their account. So if you just want a rough idea of what gold farming is, picture yourself as gaining about 15,000 gold an hour. So every 2 hour or 2 hour and a half, you should be able to farm enough gold to buy a pack in the auction house. Well, that's really, really good. That means that in one big or in 2 small gold farming session, you're going to get close. Well, let's say in 3 farming sessions, you should be able to get close to a free draft when you've got a good farming build going, and that's really, really nice. And a lot of players think that it's a very big grind X, but for the most part, it's a big and long grind setting things up. It takes a couple dozens of hours to get your new account and gain the cards and everything and get your maximum level character and all. But once you have that and you start farming gold, you can easily farm a free draft per week on a free-to-play account, just farming gold. And but that's really cool. I'm not saying that it's fun for everyone to farm gold though, but the freemium games, free-to-play games, it's always the same, right? X didn't invent the model, it's always the same thing. You can play for free, you need to pay with your time instead of playing with your wallet. So, but in the end, it's the same thing. So if you have a lot of time in your hand and you join a game, you can just farm the gold and just play 1, even 2 drafts per week for free, and that's perfectly feasible. If you don't have a lot of time, then you play with your wallet and you just move on, right? But you do what you like. Okay, so we're searching for actions that draws at least 2 cards. Ideally doesn't make us discard any cards as well. Dream Dance has both equipment that put cards on top of the deck. Nah. We're not going to Gambit. Cartomancy is out of the questions. We don't want artifacts. Infiltrate Fuelifier. Can we just have another copy of Fuelifier? That would be great. That would be the best possible outcome. Troops in your deck, extra card. Target troops get +1/+1 red card. Alright, yeah, at some point work is going to stop asking attention. We're going to move faster with this theory crafting and deck building, but yeah. Peak. Peak is a very, very good suggestion. I love peak. I really love peak. Was there the crackling width that when... Oh, it's more charges, it's not more card. Peak is about as good as it gets though. It doesn't have draw, so we're not seeing in this list right now, but the other card that is really, really good, but you need to be at 3 is Soothsaying, because the way it works with Empower is that if you bring down the cost of Soothsaying by 3, it costs 0. So even if you empower it and double everything on the card, it doubles 0. It still stays 0, and then you're drawing 4 cards. So that one's pretty darn good. But it's not 2 costs, so when you're just on 2 resources, I'd like to have something that you can play and draw cards. I really love the peak idea. I think this is what we're going to test. Because we're going for 2 Sapphire Thresholds by turn 3. So peak should most of the time be drawing 2 early on, and impulse is 3, but as soon as we're past turn 3, peak should be drawing, looking at, no, it's not, oh, no, wait, peak is not drawing more cards, it's more selection. Is it? Yeah, it's more selection, so peak is not more cards in hand, and the problem is that, not the problem, but the downside is that since we're running Tidal Eddy to refuel our hand, we kind of want cards that draw more cards instead of more selection. But peak is still pretty darn cool though. Maybe we get away with more selection and have smaller Tidality but more selection, and that would balance out somehow. Because 1 card drawing 3 is so powerful. Really, really powerful in that kind of setup. Thanks for the follow. Wow, I can't read that. Let me get this one. What? How do you say that? Glamless. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the team. Alright, so we've got peak. You know what? We're going to stop discussing about cards and we're going to start testing. So let's test peak. Because that's a very good idea. Go with peak, so it looks at cards and then you put 1. So we're not going to increase our end size, we're going to stay the same, but we get some selection. And when you're really close to decking yourself, selection is kind of good. So we can test that. Frustrating Arena. Alright. Let's do this. So I'm not quite sure. At least peak we can use when we're searching for the key pieces instead of impulse, and that's the main thing. Alright, so what do we have here? We've got a peak with just 1 Sapphire Threshold, but we've got Heroic Echo and a Fuel of Fire, so I think we're good. Lightning Sky Hunter can be aggressive, most of the time it's not too bad. We're going to search for a shard, because we do want our second Sapphire Threshold. Second turn peak for 1, is that worth it? Oh, we got our Sapphire. Peak looking at 2 cards now. Should be better. Is it better than Fuel of Fire? I guess Fuel of Fire would have been better. We'll see. Peak. Okay. Do we Fuel the Fire in that position? I think we should have Fuel the Fire. Even more so with a Tidality in hand. Now we kinda want Let's see what we get with this guy. Oh, that's what we wanted. So we're not going to title Eddie just yet. Let's see if we can get a shaper. We're going to try and get a shaper now. No shaper. I do like getting on with the Magus. Now we can look to 2 cards, or we can just... I think we feel the fire now. And we're trying to get to some shapers. Use the last here. And this is why I really love Spirit of Retribution, because if we would be playing Morphology in this state, we would have had to keep our resources open to play Morphology. Now we can just continue dig for the combo pieces, and we've got some peace of mind here. And we're really set right now. This is going to get out of hand extremely quickly though. Kinda need to be careful with that. Okay. I think we're just title AD here. We really want a shaper. And it doesn't hurt to have another Spirit of Retribution. Going to Arcane Focus into... Already have one title already, so let's do this. So we're going to be able to gain a decent amount of health from the Spirit of Retribution, but this is going to be a downhill battle. Uphill battle. Get it for 4, gain 4. It's going to get another troop there, but that's okay. Alright, 5 is Bounty plus Fuel of Fire, so I kinda like that. Kinda like that, so Bounty, Fuel of Fire. I should have Fuel of Fire first if I got a Shaper, that would have been better. We're not going to block that, so might as well attack and gain 6. And here, okay. Next time we can block and kill this guy. Or maybe not. Wow. Okay, I think this is Tidal Eddie. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Paper. I mean, we can survive a bit right now, but not the best situation in the world. Oh shit. Okay, we kind of need to combo off now. And it has to start with this guy, and we do go maximize on our shards. So this draws 3. This is 2. Running minus 2. Draw 2. We need to combo up here. Another Cyclone Shaper is not good enough. Okay, so this... Got Peak for more. Peak is kinda nice. I love that in this situation. Yeah, okay. We might be able to do this. We're going to block and gain some health. Next turn, everything is going to be on the shoulder of this Bounty of the Magus. We can block to kill these 2. Gain a bunch of health. Oh, that's so brutal. Holy moly. We have access to a ton of resources right now. We have access to enough resources. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Bounty of the Magus. That's great. That's access to 7 resources, so we're going to heavily invest on the Bounty of the Magus, Magi. I think this is good. This is good. Alright, we got this. We got this. How much is this one? 7. Okay, we got this. There we go. Do we still have a fuel of fire in there? That would be cool. B. Go P. Okay, so we don't have a fuel of fire. I'm kind of loving peak right now. I don't think we need 4 tidal eddy. The problem with tidal eddy is that it doesn't help you set up, and we already have a lot of 3 cost card draw. So 3 feels okay because you usually just want to play 1 per game. You usually just need to play 1 per game. Sometimes 2, but by the time you play your second one, you have drawn so many cards that the chance that you get one is super high. Well, that's how I feel right now. After playing more games with the build, I might be changing how I see things, but for the most part, is that good enough? No. Marginally better. Okay. This. Oh, a cyclone shaper. Oh, this Huntress is so frustrating. Alright, this is where I would like to have Master Produce. Let's see. We got everything we need so far, so I'm just going to peek. This is going to be better, but we're not going to be able to combo off that much. So turn 3 we play Cyclone Shaper, we won't be able to play Heroic Echo, and it will be at risk. Going to be a risk for us. So I'm going to wait for next turn to play the Shaper. I want to be able to play Heroic Echo and give our opponent less chance to be able to answer that. Going to do this. Perfect. Alright. Alright. That's a good question, Joe. Okay, we're not playing this. We want to play the Shard. We're playing the Shaper. And now we can play Eco. And might as well play the Acorn. And then attack. I think we're just going to grow Sly Huntress. I think with this build, Sly Huntress is likely the hardest because the increase in cost ramps up. If we're playing Hogarth, we can just go beyond -3 and go -5. So there's that. That wasn't that great of a move there, but overall I think we're going to be good. We want Tidal AD for 2 cards. I think we're just stacking there. And yeah, we're going to kill her pretty darn fast with our board right now, so I'm not going to try to combo off. Just going to do that. And the other advantage of running Spirit of Retribution, it is a magnet for removal from the AI. The AI really doesn't like Spirit of Retribution. So that's pretty cool that that we can kind of protect our shapers with that from removal like that. That's another added bonus of Spirit of Retribution. So yeah, I really think Spirit of Retribution is the key for defense with this build. I am convinced. But Sly Huntress Elite is it's likely one of the worst matchup by far. Pentio is and Poet are a bit of a pain because they can just bury your key cards and then you're left with not a lot to work with. That's an issue. But Yeah, this build is really strong. Like, I cannot wait to see 7, set 8, Dead of Winter, just to see what kind of cards we get for this deck. Because we already seen a very, very nice piece of card draw in Ruby for the next set, and I believe it could be a very cool fit for the deck, even more so if it has a cool equipment. Just try to grab the card real quick. What was the card in Ruby? Plus card. Did I just crash my... what was... Yetigeda? No. That was... Pure of Lumos. No. Master Infuser. Not that card. Confession of Embers. Deal 3 damage to all non-elemental troop. Eliminate 3. No. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Work is work. Alright. Yeah. We're going to want to get a shard. We're going to draw a card. We're going to pass a turn. Next turn we can Arcade Focus and Dream Eagle to find the key pieces that we miss. Kinda like this. What do we do? We want a ruby. So Arcade Focus, see what's happening. Go with this, and if we don't find any key pieces, we'll likely just go with a ruby. Or do we title Eddie? I think we go with a ruby. Next turn we can fuel the fire or Bounty of the Magus. We've got our draw from the Blue Sparrow. We're not in a short of card drawing right now. So that should be okay. The card I was speaking about was Runic Passion. That could be super good for this deck. It's 3 cost though, but it could be a very cool upgrade to the deck. Because it's draw 2 card, but it has Runic. But it has at the end of turn discard. No. Runic Passion is going to be great if there's an equipment that removes the discard part. But if we're consistent with what we have right now, it's likely just going to improve it to draw 3. And at this point we're very close to... In that case we might just be Runic up a veil and be in a better spot. So I'm not sure. Oh, Archetype Professor, that's nice. 1 cost peak. Do we 1 cost peak? For 2 or for 3? Let's go for 2. Alright, we've got card draw. I mean, we can draw a bunch of cards for sure. What kind of gem you run in Exalted Professor? Not quite sure what you do with him. Wait. In Ruby, is there something? In charges? Since we've got multiple Bounty of the Magus, we're not under a great deal of pressure. Going to play this. In case we find a... yeah. Going to go with the eco here next turn with Bounty of the Magus for 2. It's super slow. Action +1/+1. Oh, that's interesting. Hey Kodo, what are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm actually testing a variation of the last build you posted on the forums. But if you're running +1/+1 when you play an action for the Exalted Professor, in essence, when we combo off, we're just playing a minion. We're just drawing a minion card. Wouldn't it be better just to have what's her name, Tomeseeker? Oh, Tomeseeker might be a good idea. Might be a good idea. We need to explore Tomeseeker with this for sure. So where do we go from there? Draw more card. That's always the plan, right? Draw more card. The plan is always to draw more card. Hey, at some point we're going to find a Shaper. The Dream Eagles are so good. Hey, we got one. Next turn. Next turn we empower the Shaper and then we go crazy. That's what we're doing. Aha! My acorns are immune to your Grove Warden. Empower the Shaper. Tomeseeker doesn't draw a card, but it's a kind of another win condition. Hey, look at that. Should be mostly fine at this point. Peak for 5 is super cool. I like Peak. I really like Peak. So what do we find? Nothing interesting. Nothing. Wow. Fuel fire. Hey, bounty of the Magus. Okay. Idle Eddy is good. Do we peek? I guess we peek for a bounty of the Magus. Racking up the bounty of the Magus. And hey Fred, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. As soon as we start eating bounty of the Magus with bounty of the Magus, usually that's the that's pretty much the win. Here and does have card that we cannot bury right now in S-Deck, so just going to go with another strategy and kill him in the air. Going to try and draw other. Yeah, this is usually a kill that I would go with mass produce for the most part, but Jesus Might does have card that goes back, right? Here. Yeah, it's got a few cards that go back to the deck. Alright, plan B. There's a bunch of empowered of these guys. And we've got some Spirit of Retribution ourselves, so we should be good. Should be good. Fuel of Fire is quick, but you cannot answer your own Fuel of Fire. Like, if you just bury him, the cards are going to get back, so I don't think you can just kill him with Fuel of Fire. Or am I not understanding how this works? Oh, he draws them. Okay, it put them into his hand. Got it. So you need to keep the Fuel of Fire at the end. He has exactly 8 cards. You make him draw the 8 card and then he's dying. Gotcha. So that's how you do it. But if you need the Fuel of Fire to set up, that just doesn't work. Do we have any Spirit of Retribution? Yeah. That's kind of what I want right now. Oh, we've got another eco. Yeah, we only have 4, right? Okay. Should be good though. There's Crush. Yeah. Going to be a bunch. Do we survive this? Okay. That's 16 plus 5. That's kind of 21, so we need to sacrifice one of the Spirit of Retribution. And we might be able to swing for little with these 2. That's lethal, right? 18. We got more than 18. Could be fine. Alright. Yeah, me too. I did forget about Peak. It's doing some work right now. I really love it. And it costs 2. That's really important. If I'd be greedy, I'd go with Keepsake, but nah, that doesn't work when you're Ruby. But I'm wondering if we're using Fuel of Fire in because of it's making the opponent draw a card and cost 2, but maybe we just run Peak in Mono Sapphire. I really like Fuel of Fire though. And it's kind of a free equipment because you're not using the weapon, so I think it's still optimal to play with Fuel of Fire. Oh, right. Look at that. be shard, and if we're should be good, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is it really better than Impulse though? The problem I had with Impulse is that it's good when you're ahead, it's bad when you're behind. And I wanted a card that was at least okay when you're behind. Or when, not necessarily behind, but when you're trying to set up your game instead of trying to combo off. Because since we don't have mass produce, it's a lot harder to combo off with Heroic Eco. Because you have less ways to get multiple shapers. Maybe we just run one mass produce. This should be interesting. Kinda don't want to lose these cards, so I'm going to hold off on the champion power. Alright. Sure. I'm going to go Bounty into Bounty. Hey, free peak! Free Dream Eagle. Echo. I kinda like that. So we can just play the next Shaper and be happy with our lives. Just draw some cards. Another Fuel of Fire. A resource. Trying to find an eco or... Oh, Bounty of the Magus is nice. Hey, we're in... So we need a shard. Play this one. Play another Bounty, that's at 4 now. And that should be run a Recall Song to make them draw in Mono Sapphire. Huh. Win con of this deck is Chronic Madness. But yeah. You know what? I think we're going to go back to Mono Sapphire. It's just more consistent. And you can still have the keepsake and all, and use peaks and use one or two off of Oracle Song, and we should be good. I really like that plan. All right, if we get another or that. Oh, we already had one. The fire. Only have one left in the deck. Where peak for 2 and then draw 5 or 6 and we got Chronic Menace and draw a bunch more and then try to find or draw. Hey, going to be close to the kill this one. Very close to the kill indeed. Kill the fire, and that's good. Going to stop there. I think Oracle Song, since it can target the opponent, should be, but it's 3 costs. So we kind of want 1 or 2. Yeah, I guess we do at least the boss, right? We do want the loot, even if we're going to stop the run after the first tier. Go first. Yep. That's true. I've been playing Chronic Madness aggressively, but if you're missing combo pieces, you should not be doing that. Okay. Not a bad hand. Really want on our second Sapphire though. And all should be good. Because we can turn to Cyclone Shaper, but I don't think we want to. Oh, that works. All right, interesting. Not under any kind of pressure right now, so I'm not going to go with Tidal Eddy or to the Shaper. I'm just going to Bounty of the Magus and draw more card. Because if we can rack up Bounty of the Magus before we Cyclone Shaper, we're going to Cyclone Shaper a bunch of Bounty of the Maguses, Magusai or Magi, and it should be good. But I really like a lot of the suggestions that were discussed, so we're certainly going to do that now after this game. Not too bad. Is Corey going to screw with our plan? Not really. Okay, that's great. Oh, here we are. At this point, I really want the Eco, at least one. So we've got one. Got Peak. That will do. And do this. And we'll do this. Going to search for things. Yeah, the Whisper is not going to. Well, we could explore Blood, but I don't think there's anything in Blood that we want for this day. Hey, Magus is there. Conan is always there to save us. Hey, let's do this. Got a decent end right there. 18 card. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Well, we could Relentless Corruption them to death, but it's just faster to go with Chronic Madness though. I should not have done that, but hey, Bounty of the Magus. 7. I will take 7 card. 2. And we're going to do this. And we have a lot of options to discuss after this game. Nice, we've got a 2 Chronic Menace. Okay. And okay. Oh, it's not enough. We've got 4. I think we used Peak prematurely, but we've got 2 Fuel of Fire, so we've got just going to win the game right now. Alright, so we've got Oracle Song in the Mono Sapphire build. Want to test Peak in the Mono Sapphire build as well. And we may... Ooh, we've got a level. What's the next one? Gold! Yes! More gold. Super good against Jesus Might and Archon. I tried it yesterday and it was okay. So let's go back to the Mono Sapphire version. This one. Going to save as version 2. Give me a second there. Perfect. Good thing right now is that I got a very good guy on call. He's helping a ton managing this situation. So this was the last iteration I made with Mono Sapphire. Now we're running away from mass produce. This in 3 I still like. 2 seems fine. 3, and we're not running soothsaying. So we want to run peak. And we want to run some amount of Oracle Song. Kinda like 2. Or do we... Does Professor has a major gem? It's a minor. Eternal Youth in this shell. It seems faster than Crowning Menace, and Eld Buffer is safe. Eternal Youth. Huh. So, if you have 200 or more health, you win the game. Oh, that's cool. That's super cool. I kinda like that. That's nice. Oh, I do have the equipment. But that's two diamond thresholds though. This is, I agree this is a nicer win con, but I'm not ready to say that it's faster than Crowning Menace, because it just takes, it doesn't take much Crowning Menace to kill them. It's like, well, what is it? It's 4, 8, 16. It's like 5 Crowning Menace and they're dead. 5 or 6. And it takes way more than 5 or 6 to get to 200. Does it? Because, yeah, it started at 4, right? So it starts with the same number. So there's no way it is faster. So there's no way it is faster, but it is cool though. It doesn't rely on bury, and that's very good, because it completely ignores what the other deck is doing. Just going to drop, you're just going to gain out. Less clicking, or maybe, right? Because you don't have to select the target for Eternal Youth. So it's 2 clicks per Crowning Menace. I like Eternal Youth though. I really like, but it means we're not running the Spirit of Retribution. What actions do we run in to save our asses though? Morphology? Maybe we just run Rune Binds? A bunch of Rune Binds that becomes free, and they can even save our Spirit Eagle if we need to. Like 3 Rune Binds. This is cool. Well, let's just try Mono Sapphire with peaks. And 1 or 2 Oracle Song. That's kinda, that looks nice. Are we aligned with the equipment though? Saying this we're not running, so is there any equipment that we don't have in the deck right now? Should be using. Missing a weapon. Yeah, there's no weapon for these cards. Well, I think you have a good point with Eternal Youth because it goes beyond the decks that are impervious to burying, and I do like that. I really do like that. And there has to be good actions to save us in Diamond as well. What do we have in Diamond that saves our asses? We've got Constance for sure, that voids. We've got... well, we could be running Quicksand. But are get attacking through without Flight Underground if that troop doesn't have... yeah, it requires us to have resources open though, that's what I don't like. I don't think we have one cost. We could, well, Totem Trap maybe? Guidance is nice though. Guidance, I would not lie, Guidance is super nice if we're running Diamond. Could replace Speak by Guidance and have four Arcane Focus and 4 Guidance. That sounds like something great. 4 Guidance, 4 Focus, 4 Peak. If you're going 2 shards, I'm not quite sure that you're going with Peak. Even more so if you need 2 Diamond Threshold. I would just trade Peak for Guidance. Keep the Oracle songs and hey, we don't need Oracle songs, so we go full for Eternal Youth. Pretty. Oh. Lamafy could be it. It just could be Quell. So we've got some options for defense in Diamond. But we got Martyr as well. So yeah, there's decent defensive options in Diamond for sure. Okay. Let's try this build here. I wanted to take it for a spin before we try to branch out, but I do like the Eternal Youth. I do like the Eternal Youth. Alright, alright. We're doing some nice things here. This is great. I love that. The reason I love going for keepsakes is that if you just have one Heroic Echo and one Shaper, you can reduce the cost of Shaper, and then you can play a 3-cost draw card on the same turn you play the Shaper. Why isn't that working? So draw a card. Hey, we've got a Shaper. We need another Eco. Should be fine. The other thing we can do is wait on turn 4 and have an Empowered Shaper with 1 Heroic Eco and we're good. That's also a thing we can do. Oh, look at that. Hey, got Totem Mage, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh, we're going to get more Arcane Focuses because we've got the Runic Challenge. Pretty cool. Okay, so this. I really don't like that my mouse keybind right now is not working as intended. Draw the resource. want to draw resource now. Hey, look at that. We need to be really careful with the bounty of the Magus. Because we may just kill ourselves with that runic challenge. That often becomes a problem. Big. Okay. Alright, so we kinda want bounty of the Magus. Or I guess we can... Do we have a tidal AD? I don't think we have one in him. Yeah. So we should be good. Cool to have. Big for 2, or truck, or discord. Got a bunch of peaks. We've got an arcane focus. And then peak. Oh, really? And peak. Okay. Arcane focus again. Keepsake is really cool. See you. Half an hour. Oh, thanks. Here we get this. This. And I get that we're good now. Okay, so we were able to get there. We're not getting to very high amount of sapphires though. Like peak is fairly okay when we combo off like that. I still like it, but yeah, I don't think we can play Bounty of the Magus anymore. Wait, they're not. They don't all draw the same amount? So, Crenning Menace. Now we need to draw a shard. Yeah. Crenning Menace again. Bounty of the Magus. I'm a bit scared right now. With this. Running Menace. And Running Menace. And why can't we Running Menace now? We can do a bunch of stuff, but we cannot do Running Menace and play Acorns? What's going on? Okay. That's super weird. All right, we managed to do it. Oh, I'm dumb. Should have just go with the Oracle Song and end the game there. So I really like the 1-off or 2-off of Oracle Song. Still, peak is still up for debate. Peak still feels like it's up for debate. But we're kind of doing something great right now. At least it's powerful, right? It's a powerful engine. We don't have the cards right now, but we will at some point. This is a nice starting game. Going to he bugs me that my mouse keywords are not working right. Aw, crap. May have to restore the game. That's annoying as hell. I have to type on my keyboard. How annoying is that? I'm used to just have to play with one hand and that's it. Don't need anything else. Life is hard. Okay, so this and yeah, the shaper. Don't. Do we have a shaper? Do. Next turn we're going to do something nice. Oh, what kind of... Okay, I'm good. Good. Yeah, I guess going with 3, we've got 3 Sapphire Threshold when we combo off. I think looking at 3 and drawing 1 is better than drawing 2 most of the time. This. And then we can draw and discard. We're on to Cunning Menace. Yeah, we're going to keep the Cunning Menace for a possible Tidal Eddy. Have more options. Hey, free focus. Into free focus. I think Tidal Eddy is the best card right now. Look at that, Heroic Eco, card. Hey, that's what we want to see. And we want to see more of that. Wow, okay. Do we Oracle Song now? Yes, we do. Oh man. Going to play the Empowered version next turn. We were able to go all for deck, but we kind of... Yes, we want 4 Tidality and 1 Oracle Song. I can perfectly... yeah, I can see that. All shippers and all shards. The other card that we could play, the draws card, but it doesn't get a cost reduction, but that could be okay as a is a Jackhat. Yay, alright, we're doing this. Now we can start doing this. And this. Hey! And we've got another Oracle Song in there, so not too bad. Like to see Bounty of the Magus and draw more card. Got our Oracle Song and Bounty of the Magus again. The next one is going to be tight. I don't think we're going to play another one. Fine. I'm just going to do some peek. I don't want to do that. 8 is... Oh, 8 works. 8 works. And now we've got the last Oracle Song. And boom. I really like Oracle Song as the finisher. That works well. Oh, my camera is dead. Let's see. Where the camera? Why is webcam? Oh, hello, hello. Webcam, why are you doing this? Oh, I know why you're doing this. I had to, yeah, I destroyed my input when I did the test. Okay, that's why. Might have to restore the stream to get a camera going. That's a bit annoying. Alright, so that works. I think for the most part I think we don't want the keepsake and we just want to hit just want 22 resources. Might be too high. We're not running mass produce anymore, so 22 might just be too high. 20 with that much corn raw. Fine. Like one less and one more tidal eddy. I can see that. And we've got 2 and 3. And we could go one down and go one more Spirit of Retribution, but that's okay. So let's just save that. And let's just say that we're going to go with diamond. Gonna be diamond. Could be version 1 of the diamond. And we go eternal boot. I'm going to go with 3. We're going to do this. Whoops. Guys. And got a lot of equips open. Not a lot of cards with equips though. Ooh! Wait a minute. Quick action. Doesn't really matter. Okay. We're at 60 now. We do need diamond shards though. If I go with these, and now I think we get to split shards a bit more, and we're removing peak for guidance. We don't need Arika's songs anymore. Don't need Chronic Menace anymore. We need a way to survive. So the last 3 cards would be ways to survive. How many resources do we have? 18. We're at 22, so we can shave 2 more resources. Like that. 4. Wait, no, we didn't. Then like that, 12, 17, 21. I like 21, and we've got 4 slots open for defense. So what do we do for defense? What do we go? What do we go for defense? Blinding light. Cost 3. No equipment. I guess right now we kind of want to explore diamond. It's defense, so it could be any card in diamond. Yeah. Shard Ward. The problem I have with reactive cards is that we need to keep resources open. And is that okay? I kind of like Shard Ward more than the other options. But it's just 1 turn. Like often you need a removal early. You don't, if you just prevent damage 1 turn, it's not enough. Like we're talking about something that would cost 1 or 2, and that would remove 1 threat, and then you're good to go. It's often just 1 threat. It's not a big attack that we need to manage. It's really I'm wondering if most of the time a 1-1 wouldn't be doing the job. Could be doing the job. Dixit and multi-shard. No, we're not going multi-shard. Doesn't have to be in action. 1-1 Swift Strike, 2-1. Oh, we have to look at equipment as well, because we got a lot of equipment open. Could be Spirit Mount Spy. Blizzard is not a guarantee. I'm wondering if that's good enough. Opposing troop enter play exhaust, and it deals 1 damage every time they attack. That's a significant. That is a significant deterrent from attacker, right? Most of the early aggressive attackers, they have low defense, and having their troop comes into play exhausted, that could work really well. And if we stack them, it's kind of a mass removal as well, and it's all troops. Kinda like the Kukitan. And okay, guidance, eternal youth, and is that enough stuff? Is that a diamond though? 11 sources of diamond. It doesn't feel enough. Might be beating ice for short of purpose to have a better but we're drawing a lot of cards. This is 2 ice, so -2. Or this is 12, 13, this is 8. Oh wait, we cannot have 5 of them, right? So this is 16, this is 20. So 8, 12, and this is 12, 13. We might want to just remove the ice and just play short of purples. Not a fan of that, but I think it might be necessary. Because that way we're at like 8. And now we need to adjust that. Like 8. And then this is 14, and this is 15. That's a lot more. That's more like it. I really don't like not having Fate Weave, but sounds like a plan. We're going to just this is a diamond. Go with why not our friends here? Try this one. Try this one, so it would be... We're not running Crunning Madness anymore as a win condition, we're running Eternal Youth with boot equipment. Camera is still dead. Alright, going first. Let's see what we got. A bunch of diamond threshold and a spectral acorn. No. Okay, that's better. Alright, well, it seems that we have access to all our threshold now. Oh, we cannot win, right? Champion can't gain health, so yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye. the only impossible encounter. That works. Okay. Oh, we've got a Cyclone Shaper. Tidality, some Olive Kukitan, Elder. He's getting some free cards on the board though, I really don't like that. I guess we're going to go with Olive Kukitan. Next turn is Cyclone Shaper into Guidance and see what happens. Yeah, the problem I have is that we're never going to combo off on turn. We're never going to do this on turn 3 if we're needing the thresholds, but I do kind of like to do this right now. Guidance. I don't want to bend the shard. The Might Makes Right challenges can be hard. Alright. Got to another shaper. Do we get an echo? No, but we got another shaper, so we're going to go with that. Going to get it super hard now. Okay, I'll take that. We're going to gain a lot of health right now. Do this. Play the last shaper. And now... Guidance? Guidance is so sweet. Alright. Working on this. Want to get a card draw going first. Okay. I guess we played this. Tidality. That should not have played the Owls of Kukitan, but that's okay. We're going to get out of this. Alright. Hee-haw. Yay! Yay, alright, so we should be okay, right? 4 and then 5. That should be more than enough. Yep. More than enough. Where are the Eternal Youth? Got one. Another one. Yeah, that's definitely slower. It has to be way slower. Like, it's super slow. This and this. This. Not that bad, but... Okay, Eternal Youth. And Guidance. Can't do that. Oh, we've got Stream Eagle there. And then do this. Oh, I just need one more. Okay. Kinda cool. Kinda cool. I do still think that Chronic Menace is the more efficient win con with Oracle Song. And it's a turn slower for this deck to combo off as well. Turn slower is really significant against the aggressive decks. I really love Guidance. And it feels like we're drawing enough cards so that the Fate Root resources are not too much of a concern. Now I'm thinking maybe we just want to have Diamond and play Guidance. And just stay Mono Sapphire. Try to hit a Shaper. Curator, not quite sure if he's going to do something mean to our Shaper, but we're going to play him nonetheless. Next turn we can Tidal Eddy. This Tidal Eddy. And then... oh, we've got an eco. This. Yeah, the Guidance are so good. Man, Guidance is good. We have our third, yeah. Guidance is too good. Already in love with Guidance. Alright, it might be the end of the no, not quite. Yep, that's the end of the world right there. Do this. Yeah, Madness has to be better. It might be worth it to go with Guidance. Next turn I'm going to empower a Shaper into a double into an Eric Echo just to gain some reading room. And since we're going to do that, we can just this now. This. We can draw something nice. And we do this. And we do this. That should solve our problem. Oh, you know what? I'm just playing that. Ah, come on. Next turn I'm going to play another Shaper. Guess we go aggressive. If we go turn to Forbidden Tome Seeker instead of Halls of Kukitan, it could be very big very quickly. And if we're Mono Sapphire, it draws by +2/+2 every time we drop a Sapphire card. So that could be a thing. And then you add a one-off Arcane Zephyr to give it flight. And then you just swing for the win with him. I kill the encounters that need to be killed with brute force. Just do that. Kinda one-shot kill. It was the slot of the defensive slot. I wanted to try Halls of Kukitan, but they're okay, they're not that great. Yeah, I'm not going with Eternal Youth anymore. That ship has sailed. However, Guidance is real nice. Spirit of Retribution. Retribution. I think 3 was a good number. Right? Madness. Ooh. And we're missing some shards at the very least, 2 of each. And we're not running peaks because we're running guidance. We're going to run 2 Aureka Song. That would be it. Do you have any advice on which merc we should try to power up first? For the most part, leveling mercs is really just a if you have one that you really love, you can evolve it, and that's good. The one that I think is really worth leveling is Hakor, because once it's leveled, it gives you a very relevant power, and it's likely one of the best merc you can use to power level new characters. So I would say, if you have Arcor, just leveling Arcor is really good, really good. But for the most part, the only other one I would consider evolving as a somewhat of a recommend as a must have would be Spirit of the Triumvirate, because it is a key part of the gold farming builds, and upgrading Spirit of the Triumvirate will improve its party passive, which is very rare for a mercenary right now, and it's one of the key mercenary to have if you want to gold farm. So I'd say Akor for power leveling and Spirit of the Triumvirate for gold farming. The rest is really just up to you. There's no real... I haven't seen many builds, like there's a lot of builds that take real advantage of mercenary passive, but for the most part it's just flavor, right? If you really like a mercenary, and go for it. But I myself don't have very many mercenary upgraded. I think I've got like 3 or 4 maximum. So, is Guidance an upgrade? Is it worth going another shard? And that's 16, that's 20. And we don't have any... we could go... And then we go ice, ice, and then we do wait, and 6, 9, yeah. Maybe even ice, 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 ice. 4. So we're playing Spirit of Retribution and we're playing Guidance. Condavian is a lot better for... Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of mercenaries that are real good when you upgrade them. But it's really just like, do you like to play that mercenary or not? Or are you excited to craft a deck with that mercenary in mind? Because for the most part, you just don't need to, right? But upgrading mercenary is really cool. It's just that there's really two that I would consider that if you are in a... If you have a decent amount of mercenaries and you don't know which one go for, first Triumvirate and Acorus are likely the best. There are a lot that are very, very strong when they're upgraded, and they can create some very powerful decks. So it's just a matter of saying, do you have enough gold and do you want to step into that kind of upgrade. So I think, let's see, I think Guidance is so strong for this kind of build because it makes us avoid the shards. Or wait a second. Oh, that's... You know what's better than Guidance? Glimmer Fly Dance with both equipment. That's a trinket and that's a feat. If it's a resource, play it. If it's a true +2/+2 special, otherwise gain health. We could remove Guidance and play Glimmer Fly Dance with both equip instead, and that helps us ramp. Oh, that's interesting. Still need to find some defense though, but... I don't think we have any defense in Wild. We've got Lullaby. What do we have in Wild? For defense? Oh, I know. I know. Wait. Raptor? Do we... I don't think that's a good idea. Great for Raptor. If the reviewed card is a Raptor, put it to your hand, so we can just play 1,000,000 Raptors? No, that's not great enough. Well, let's just go Wild, because Glimmer Fly Dance is a clear upgrade on Guidance. So if we play both equip. Health buffer is some kind of defense on Glimmer Fly Dance. I love that. Is there 1 cost or 2 cost card with Wild that would be great? Something that creates cards in hand would be good with Tidal Eddy. What is that? I never really considered Wild with this, but Glimmer Fly Dance might just be it. Or Alling Brave, I mean, That's 1 cost. I know there's Parrot at 2, but 2 costs for Parrot is kinda is a very different thing than 1 cost for Brave. But Brave doesn't help us defend, it helps us combo faster. It could be a thing. Yeah, Permafrost with Cartomancy is nice, but it's random. Can you just win the game by playing Cartomancy? Is there a deal damage to opponent? Deal 10 damage to each opposing champion. So technically if you run both equipment and you use you cannot, yeah, you can go with Cartomancy and Permafrost as a win condition. And often it draws 3 cards as well. I kinda like that. I really like that. That's fun. But it's way more complicated to assemble a combo to win. When you play it, create a copy of this and add it to your deck. So the first one that you use Permafrost on, it puts another one in deck, and it's always just 1, right? Never 2. So you have to rely on the 1 Permafrost. Permafrosted Cartomancy. Ah. There's a lot of 1-drops. Put target card from your crypt into your hand, but that requires 3 shards. Draw a card, then discard a card is kinda nice. Yeah, the copy has no threshold, but you don't have more Cartomancy in your deck, you still have 1. So you're kinda stuck looking for the 1 Cartomancy, and that's a lot harder for a win condition than just going with 2. I don't think I would ever go to 1 Crowning Madness in this build. Come on. Wild. 1-1 lethal could be... I mean, it could defend pretty well. Do we pack hunter? Choose a troop in your deck, create 4 copies. No. We clearly don't want to do that. Revert target room control. Transform a troop. No. You know what? Oaken ceremony to find the shapers could be okay. Do we witch? No, witch doesn't help us, right? It's troop in your hand. Okay. At 2. Mind games. Permafrost with mind games. Do we win a game with that? No, we don't. Okay, so we're going for dance. We're removing that. We're going to figure out equipment later, but this is trinket and boots, and we've got head open, and we've got weapon open for another card. Cleanup project could be Chlorophilia. I mean, Chlorophilia with head equipment, and we just ramp instead of lowering the cost of our card. We just ramp. Does that work? Does that work? Double threshold is a bit too much. I will run the beast. Turn this and put this into your hand. Nope. Which could be something. Minor socket. An opposing champion. Yeah. Rush. It could be Might Singer, it could be just Monaryu Sensei and draw more cards. Wild Boar. Genesis pull Naiad and play more shards? No, that's not all we want to do. Constantina. Which Lullaby could be costing 1, but it's a trinket. And we're using a trinket on this 100%. We could play Braves. When you play this, gain 1. Could be Scout, not Brave Scouts. Carnosaurus, weapon equipment. When another dinosaur enters your control, plus 1 defense on the gloves. 5 cost coin. But until Explorer to get shards. Gain Elt. Red Harvest, no. When you play a Valor, draw a card. Oh, what is that? Your Caliban's cultivation instead of troops you control get when you gain Wild Treasure transform. No. It could just be Might Singer of Ages. On the ground that when you get a white threshold it looks and draw you a card maybe. That's as close as drawing a card we can get. Gain 1 for each cleric you control. It costs 2, gets 1 back. Scheme. What do we scheme for though? I mean, I kind of like the one-off scheme. Maybe it accelerates the things enough. Gain 2 health for each available troop you control. You play an additional resources. But I got none. It could be Blightbrush. And the other equipment is Warlock Allegiance, gain 1 health for each troop in your crypt. Yeah, the headpiece is not going to help us, but that's still a ton of blockers for 1 troop. When another mage enters play under your control, it gets random boom. No, it's not. Lord Blybark, no. Spellsong Sweeties, no. And now what 3 cost? It's 3 cost that's going to save our asses. Going to be a hard sell. This is going to be a hard sell. When there's still damage, a champion replenish your resource point. Yes. Deploy, put a random resource from your deck into your hand. Not good enough. At the start of your turn, do something. You do... Ah, it's cloven feet. Damn it. That would have been nice. When this deals damage to an opposing champion, draw a card. And at the end of your turn, if this is in your deck... +4/+4. It could be a card that... No, we don't have something like that. Do we play the berry bunch? Not the right equipment. Sadly. I don't think we'll find any tree drop in here. It's going to help us. I guess we'll just go with Rune Binds. Or Transmog. I don't like Rune Bind. Like 3 Rune Binds. Could even be 4 Rune Binds and Oracle Song. What I like with Rune Bind is that if we play 1 Shaper, it's protected right away. Could have Fate Wave, but let's say we go 1 Oracle Song. And then we go U. And we don't have any head or weapon equipment in the deck. Okay, and well, we need to change the resources. This one. It fine right now? No. And bit like that. When we need a shard, we just glimmer fly dance into a shard and we get it right away. Yeah, this Glimmer Fly Dance is so cool. And we're playing a bunch of Rune Binds. Kinda like that. We're going to rename a deck though. Wild. So we're splashing Wild for 1 card. Feel like 12 might be too much. So, yeah, 6. Let's go with 10 sources of Wild. Rustring Arena. Alright. Scheme. No, I don't think we scheme. That would be Echo Shaper. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's test this one out. So first. Okay. A resource with that, and we'll be second turn Arcane Focus. We can try to find an eco. Going to be good. this. Okay, focus. Dove Tidality. And we're going to wait on the Dream Eagle. I'm confused. Coach's webcam frozen. my webcam is frozen. I just don't want to reset the stream at that point. We're about I maybe have 30 minutes, maybe 1 more hour ahead of me, and that's it. So I don't feel like resetting the stream at this point is going to provide much value. It's okay, I'm frozen. But everyone knows that I have the coolest t-shirt in the world right now, so that's okay. Oh, we've got a -1 Glimmer Fly Dance! So good! What do we do? What do we do? If we get a resource with that, we're going to be +1 resource, and that means we can Tidality our Bounty of the Mice. Nice. Nice. Glimmer Fly Dance is so good. So good. I really love it for this archetype. Another one. And now we're choosing this. And this. And do this. And now we win. That doesn't change anything really. We'll go to this. And Bounty of the Magus. And a Glimmer Fly Dance. Man, I love Glimmer Fly Dance. And this is a 6/6 Flight Spell Shield Dream Eagle, by the way. Alright. Wow, that's a lot of resources. Okay. So we got our Oracle Song. Couple rune lines. Mostly useless at this point. Wow, do we really have to use a Tidality at this point? Okay. See. Guess we're going to use one. Up. This and this and Bounty should be okay. Kinda nice that the running men are so easy to find. Yeah, we can't do that anymore. We cannot do that anymore. We can find another one here. Just need one more. And we're good. Yes, we do have to Tidality at this point. That's not the best, but hey, we've got our Crowning Menace, and we've got Oracle Song to finish the game. So that's turn 4. All right. I think it's worth it to splash for Glimmer Fly Dance. Oh yes. Bunch of 1-cost cards. That's the turn. Turn 2, we're going to... Oh, that's the... Yeah, Sliam Trust is a pain. Alright. Going to go with Wild. and this first. Oh no, wait, it's a quick action, right? Yeah. It is even a quick action. We're going to draw one, might as well bounty of Magus. And Acorn. Do this. Got the first piece of the puzzle. Next turn we play Shaper. And then yes, we want to do this. And Butterfly Dance. Tidality. Yeah. Oh wait. We do have Root Bind for that. Oh, that was a big mistake. Maybe that's not Rune Bind we want. Maybe we just want Evaporate. Maybe Evaporate is better. Maybe Evaporate is better. No, Evaporate cannot target anything, right? That would be Time Ripple. Alright, eventually we're going to have it. No, it's not too. It's just too long. It's us. We could likely win this one, but let's go. I like Glimmerfly Dance a lot. You can Rune Bind your Shaper and Fate Weave the Shard. Yeah, I think that's what I needed to do. We don't have any other way to win without I'd like to have one card that is a win condition outside of Bury for the matchups like that. I mean, we can obviously go with Psychic Ascension. I guess that's the best one, right? You play a one-off Psychic Ascension. And that's your win condition. Yeah, it's getting late for me and I don't have my... I'm not at 100% anymore. I'm still keeping up with whatever's happening at work, so... I guess the one-of... I don't like the one-of Psychic Ascension. Okay, so we got the shards. Are we at 23 shards or are we at 20? Just at 20. Yes. We're good. I mean, we've got Runebind open for this turn. I wanted to look into Tome Seeker, right? Nice. Runebind is nice, right? You play your Shaper and then you have Runebind for anything that would be dangerous. Today we don't want that. And we do... Okay. Oh, look at that. Yeah, problem with Runebind is that when you title it, you kind of get the thing back. So maybe it's not as wise. Maybe it's not as wise as it appears. So that's good. We should be winning now. Couple more Bounty of the Magus. And some... Yeah, we're in game winning mode, so... Going to do this. Gives us a bit of health. Draw more cards. Finally... And then we're good. Alright. I do love Glimmerfly, but I don't think it is as good as a build against the harder difficulty opponent. We'll see. Not quite sure why I'm using these when I have Bounty of the Magus now, but just do that again and again. Hey, we got one. Well, should be it, right? And then we do one more, and hopefully we get, yeah, it's there. Oracle Song and we win. Okay. Kinda... So, is Runebind good enough defense against the harder opponent for us with this build? Is Runebind good enough? In this case, we can turn one Runebind against this challenge, and that doesn't solve that much of a problem, but wait. And now we find the Shaper. What is the equipment slot on this guy? Okay. This. This. Wait, do we have a Shaper? We don't have a Shaper. That's priority number 1. And now... Yeah, I'm guessing we're going to stop doing that. Next turn we Shaper. Heroic Eco. Shaper, another Shaper. Oh, we're good. We are good. You. Oh, you're free. And we can draw here. Magus again. Try to find another bounty of the Magus. Alright. Trying to find another bounty of the Magus. Finally. Hey, look at that. So we're good. Draw a million card. Draw a million card. You. And then you. Hey! Thanks for hosting, Mr. Criminal Magistrate. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Alright, so we could ascend. Why not? Got some card. Got some card. And do this. This. And we've got another bounty of the Magus. And then we do this. And we do another bounty of the Magus. And back for Tricky Girl seems like a steal. It is very, very good value indeed. Oh, that's nice. Why are we doing so many cards right now? This. Hey, Chronic Madness again. And we 11, yeah, 9. That's okay. Hey, Faded, how are you doing tonight? We're doing some combo-y stuff right now. Here, Drakkar. Alright guys, this is going to be the last one for me. Just too tired and work is still asking some feedback right now, so going to keep that, and we're going to this 44 pounds of non-perishable barbecue bacon and cheeseburger. That sounds very good. I'm kind of hungry right now. Oh, that's nice. Maybe we can fetch a shaper with the streaming eagle. That would be great. Alright, so we're good. Playing this. Wow, that's a lot of heroic ecos. Sadly, not doing much for us right now. Kinda need a shaper. Hey, look, a shaper. Multiple shapers. Problem is that we don't have eco anymore. Guess we're going to do that. Okay, so the next turn, hopefully we get a card rather cost one. We'll do a bunch of stuff. Hey, Glimmerfly Dance is a card rather cost one. Vitality will do. Not too bad. Next turn we can empower Cyclone Shaper and yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. It's really slow right now. Empower the guy. And now these are free. Let's see. Okay. And then just one Bounty of Magus. That's the card we want. And spades. Hey! Hey there, thanks for following. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the team. Just going to draw more cards, and at this point I should be playing my... Should be playing that. Should be playing that. Oh, we can't kill him, right? That's the one we cannot kill. So this is where we kind of want to go for our other win condition, which would be Psychic Ascension. We're mostly getting a bunch of 1-drops though, I'm not quite sure. Oh, our class changed, so we cannot play Eric Eco. That's a bit sad. We've got a bunch of rune binds that we can play. And a tidal, so might as well do this. You're in the charity stream. Yeah, I've been in many places actually. So where do we go from there? Guess we're going to Archetype song ourselves. Hey, Bounty of the Magus. We're not. That's the thing with Psychic Ascension. We're not getting that much right now. Really not getting a good bang for our buck. Bang for buck. And our class changed, so I don't think this is how we want to win the game. Could do a bunch of rune binds. Guess we can do this and this. And we have 2 cards in the deck right now, so that's good. Anything else that we can do to get more stuff? And we've got a bunch of stuff on the board already. Should be enough. So does it really matter to have a bunch of 1 and 2 and 3 cost cards? Like, not really. Not really get us anywhere. Yeah, we can run by. Huh. Where's the guy? Where is he? This guy. Put 3 random card from the opposing champion back into your deck. Yeah, no, that's not great. I'm not quite sure where this is going. We kind of want an alternate win condition at this point. And we're not finding one And wild, that's the problem. I love Glimmer Fly Dance, but we're not finding any alternate win condition in wild. I still think that the diamond one is the best with guidance and the ethereal and the spirit of retribution. Wish I would have saved some of the PV card of soul. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a very, very big sandbox to play in, for sure. Do we do Brosiba? Like 5 cards in hand? It's not. Girl Seeker. Relic. Oh, when you play in action, troops in all zones get +1/+1. +1/+1 in flight on a head piece? Oh! Ho ho ho! That sounds like a win condition. Right? We play this guy, and the turn after that, everyone's dead because we're attacking with a freaking big aspects of Lanipa. Oh, I kinda like that. I really like that, and there's a nice head equipment there. I think aspects of Lanipa is our secondary win condition that we were looking for. We could just play Dark Heart of Nils and with -1 cost, and but it kills our Shaper. Windsinger is darn good, but we're just going to kill ourselves with the draw. I think aspects of Lanipa is going to be it. Manipulate Kyoto. AD maybe? No. Yeah, I kinda like aspects of Lanipa. Sounds like... Oh, Jordan! I don't think it's going to end games fast enough. I wish we could play Livent, but we're really clearly not in that space right now. We could play Hustler. It's a catch-all, but it comes in too late. There's two things: we need protection and we need a secondary win condition. Ideally, both on the same card. I know it's not going to happen, but ideally both on the same card. Pocket Army? Ah. Zapper with equipment to just ramp up Bounty of the Magus. I mean, that's how we win a game. And it can block. I think one aspect of Lanupa is going to be something we want if we're in wild. I think that's a nice payoff. Like you already have your shaper, you put the on the next turn, you put the aspects of Lanupa, and then you just build up a big flight and you kill them on the next turn. That's a kind of a nice alternate win condition. I really love the idea. Neener. 30 merit to Rooney? No, not really. No. So this one is a mage. We could duplicate him with Heroic Eco, and it does create. It may create an action. Parry one kill is a mage, but we don't have anything that costs 5. Going out. When a troop enters again. Okay, so at the end of the turn, you may put target troop. Oh, it's troop. All of Yazkan, 5th book. Akazar, Baltazar. We could just root fodder. Use it as a card draw for 2. And we use Bury. Bury and deploy creative troop now. I don't think, yeah, it doesn't work. I think we got our alternate win condition with the aspects of Lanupa and its ed equipment, which we're not using right now, so that's great as a one-off here. I love that. That's another kind of nice reason to go wild. It can win games on its own as well. Is he a mage? Oh man, if he would have been a mage, that would have been amazing. And protection right now, we've got Runebind. I'm guessing that we're keeping Runebind. We'll run 2 aspects of Lanupa with 1 less title 80, but let's try to see one game. I'm curious. One game. While I'm still waiting for a confirmation from work that I can go to sleep. That would be nice. Oh yeah, Sir Blindside is now following. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So, oh wow, we got Might Make Right challenge right out of the gate. Yeah, runbinding this does not help at all. So, Spectral Acorn, we want a Sapphire Threshold. We really want a Sapphire Threshold. I'm keeping Running Madness in because we might end up with a Tidal 80. Bounty of the yeah, Bounty of the Magus. Wow, really? No other Sapphire Threshold. Wow. Okay. I guess we do get an heroic eco. If we could runebind Acorn, that would be something, but we cannot do that. Our opponent is not doing anything, so that's good. Drawing some cards. Oh! Dual resource. Nice. Look at that. Can we do something with 2? Okay. Okay, so we can do this. And do this. Now we're going to pass a turn, and next turn we can empower, and then we echo. And now we just try to find a draw, and we win. Oh, we've got Aspects of Lenepa. It's our combo kill. I'm very much into the combo kill. Let's see if we can make this one. So, like, if you can't bury them, you've got 1 Aspects of Lenepa and some Runebinds, so you play the Aspects of Lenepa, and then we can Fidelity, and we Bounty of the Magus, and now we're stuck, but we can attack with very big troop at this point now. Like, very big troops. Yeah, webcam is completely frozen. It's been that way for a long time. I was supposed, to be honest, I was supposed to start the stream at least an hour and a half ago. That's why I didn't repair it. I was expecting to leave. However, work keeps keeping me. I still waiting a confirmation that things are under control before I go to sleep, because I don't want to go to sleep and get called in 1 hour. So this should be enough to kill him, right? Arcane Focus. I'm really liking this Aspects of Lenepa. Like, just as a one-off. That gives us enough big troops to just power through a lot of encounters. That works super well. Runebinds, free runebinds are still pretty darn good as well. Yeah, it is. Right now it's 11:30 for me. Deck would be better with Renlock. We usually don't need more card draw, because we usually just combo off on turn 3 or 4, and Renlock is a problem because at some point you want to stop. And I guess we're playing Runebind, we could stop it, but for the most part, Renlock might be a tad too much. Without Aspects, you just bury your opponent to death. That's pretty much what you're doing. There's 2 Crenning Madness, and you draw your whole deck and you just play Crenning Madness over and over again, and you kill them like that when you combo up. And it involves playing Cyclone Shaper and using Heroic Echo to create a copy of it. Oh, a Tidal ID, that's fine. Let's see if we get a Shaper. No Shaper, okay. Oh, we got a shaper. And we've got a glimmerfly then, so that's not too bad. Not the best, but okay. Alright, priority is okay. We won't be able to play it this turn. I'm going to keep... We're going to keep the Chronic Madness for now because we want to draw maximum number of cards with Tidality. This should set us up. Alright. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Now with this. And yeah, we're good. We're good. Everything is good. As soon as we've got -3 costs on cards, we're pretty much set. Draw a whole deck. Good. No, yeah, I really want card draw. Really want card draw. Now if we need a Tidal Eddy. Hey, Bounty of the Magus. Alright, works as well. But we whiffed on the rest, so... We're going to need a bunch of blockers. So I guess... We're going to have some cannon fodders. And... we can trade with this guy. And this guy, and we can take 3. We don't have 3 shapers, but we've got resources, so Dream Eagle is not bad. Oh yeah. Give me... friggin'... Can't even... Oh, we've got a draw here. So we're just dead, right? No, we're not dead. Still not dead, but that's not looking good. Not looking good at all. So 4... you guess this is better. No, we want to do this and runebind this guy. That was good. Hey, Bounty of the Magus. And I need more cyclone shapers. Okay, so you and you and you. Is there an echo in back in deck? That's not what I wanted to do, but okay. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Green. I guess we're good this turn again. Too many shapers. Just need one. And you know what? This is the kind of situation where the aspects of Lenipa is going to get us a win, right? Gonna stop turtling around. Should have rune bind at the target. Was a mistake. So we do him. And now everything is free. And we've got Bounty the Magus. Or we just win by Bury at this point. Fine, Bounty the Magus, we cannot use them anymore. We can do that. And here. And here. And here. And voila! So I like aspects of Lenupa and the fact that when he has flight, the fact that he has flight is really like he is evasive with the equipment. That's super good. It's a 3/3 with flight. So this is our alternate win condition. And I guess the rune binds as protection is fine. Is it worth it to splash wild? Or to just go with the mono sapphire version? Was this one, I believe? Yeah, with the peak and the Spirit of Retribution. It likely has one too many shards that could be a Spirit of Retribution. I think, yeah, I really think Spirit of Retribution is key. Oracle Sun is to target your opponent. Art's Whisper, you cannot target your opponent. We want to make our opponent draw a card. That's how we finish them. It's just a quicker kill than having to just click on all the cards you want to discard and then pass them the turn. You just use Oracle Song and you finish the kill. So we could just run one Oracle Song and lower one shard and have 2 more card slots for this. So it could be just one more Spirit of Retribution, one more Menace, but and we're going to get new cards, like the cards in the new set. There's going to be some thing that draws in Sapphire. This lacks the alternate win condition though, that I really like with aspects. However, is there an alternate win condition that we have in Sapphire? The only one I could see is a Tome Seeker plus with an Arcane Zephyr. That could be good though. So we could just add a Tome Seeker and we don't even need an Arcane Zephyr. We just play the Tome Seeker and then shift to one of the Shaper and make it extremely big. We don't have any ways to clear blockers though. I don't think we need Conceal as much because, well, it could be, right? We could shave one Oracle Song and one shard for a Tome Seeker and a Conceal. Could see that. Concept is only good on the Tome Seeker though, and Tome Seeker can work with the Shapers. So I may just want to get 2 Tome Seekers in and not have Conceal. Just have a big troop. We're not running the head piece on the Tome Seeker, but I don't think that's super... God, man. These guys are slow. Want to go to bed? No. Alright. Could run free counter magic. Yeah. Ripple with equipment could be the way we survive. Hey, thanks for chiming in. Kinda like the Tome Seeker. Tome Seeker, Tome. Alright, 2 Tome Seekers. As kind of an alternate win condition. It's also some amount of defense, right? That would be version 2. So after we have some Shapers running around, we can just shift for 3 and then draw a bunch of cards. And Tome Seeker has a very neat interaction with Tidal Eddy. So that's a million point of stats. And yeah, like the Mono Sapphire version is so... it's way cleaner. And we're running Peats now. Wait, that means turn 3 Shaper. And I think, yeah, I think we should run Keepsakes in there. They should be in there. There's no reason not to run the Keepsakes. Oh, I'm playing against the Witch. I should never have done the Cyclone Shaper naked like that. It's just going to get killed. That was a bad move. Wow, he didn't? Wow. Okay, that was good for us. And we've got a combo now. Unless we're very unlucky with our draws, we should be okay. Big for 3. Going to that would be 4, 5. The idolity would be is more. Oh, nice. Nice, we can do this, and then we shift. Okay, that's okay. We copy the one that has the shift. Oh, I'm not going to lie. That was a very frustrating sequence. Can we find another... Oh, pick is not card draw. If Tom Seeker lives... Ah, come on. I want 6. That works. That works. Okay. Okay. She doesn't have any cards now. It should be... That was super hard. Oh. I think she's just eating me. I'm being trolled by Ember Spire Witch. This guys, your camera frozen? Yes, it is. Perpetual facepalm. It at this point. It's an accurate description of my sentiment right now. Going to win this though, even though we've got an AI that uses its removal very appropriately. We should be okay. And this and this and this. And this. Look, we're going to win. And this is why we have Oricosm. Okay. Perpetual facepalm it is. That you can see a bit of yellow, right? Okay, so what do we do now? Got a combo in hand and an arcane focus, so try it. It did not work out well at all. We get one shard, we should be able to get a third one. Actually, we just don't want to do that. We don't want to draw more Cunning Madness. Okay, we kind of need a shot. Not the best, but it's not a lost cause yet. Spirit of Retribution, right? Yeah, it's just going to kill her. So we're going to have -2 to everything next turn. That means we can Shaper and Bounty. So Shaper, this. Yeah, peak is good. Peak is good in the list. Okay, so we've unlocked full potential. Now, if these pan out, we should be good. It did. Okay. Didn't turn out super well, but... Oh, we've got Bounty of the Magus into another Bounty of the Magus, and that works. Alright, this should be a win. This should clearly be a win. For hey, Bounty of the Magus. Alright, did we get any critting menace? We did not. We have a Bounty of the Magus for 8 though. And you really want to use your Bounty of the Magus first until there's not many cards left in the deck, and then you start using your lower amount of card draw. You don't want to go lower amount of card draw into Bounty of the Magus and then be stuck. That's not a great space to be. We got one here, and I guess yes. Okay, focus. Okay, focus. Okay, focus. Alright. Because like when you get into that space, you want to make sure that we can draw a small amount of cards. And even at this point we've got a couple Spectral Acorn that we can use. A worst case scenario we could Tidal Eddy, but I guess we a Dream Eagle. And this is how we win the fight. This, and we get another one, and here, and voila. Where is boom? Turn 4. It's convoluted. It requires a million clicks, but it is strong. It is fairly strong of an archetype. And at some point we're going to get a card that's going to be like, I don't know. We're going to get a card that's going to make this even better. Oh, that's an interesting one. So we go turn 2 Forbidden Tome Seeker. Let's try that. Let's try that. Turn 2 Forbidden Tome Seeker into a Spectral Acorn to draw some card. And then next turn we can copy them. It can be sweet. Do I go full da-da-da. Da-da-da. Ta-da. Ta-da. Want to get a tide. Ah, we did not get one. Okay. Still attacking with a bunch of 6s. That's kind of neat. That's one way to do it. This being a mage is very interesting. wanted. That's one way to kill. That's an alternate win condition for sure. Like you can just win with a couple of Tome Seekers, and you do this, and they become so like +4. This. Yeah, there's nothing you can do right now. We already won. Right? So Tome Seeker is a kind of like that. We play more, or maybe we replace the Tome Seeker with Spirit of the Triumvirate. Nah, I don't think it's good enough. I think between 2 Tome Seeker and 3 Spirit, we're covered. Should be covered. We've got an eco. This guy we can kill if we use Oracle Song to bury him. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, next turn, Tidality. If we don't get anything good. Or we wait a turn and we ambush kill this. Oh, we've got a Shaper. Okay, so next turn we explode. Well, we're not going to explode that much, but yeah, the Spirit of Retribution on defense are just insanely good. One, 3, and oh, that's nice. So we do that again. Onto the Magus. We really don't want to use Oracle Song though. That's a no-no. Onto the Magus. Pink. Onto the Magus. Pink. Alright, I think we've got enough stacks on Bounty of the Magus to start thinking about killing the guy. Bounty of the Magus is a priority to Cobra. Yay, we got one. Yeah, the Bounty of the Magus. No. Yeah. Got a few Dream Eagle, we should be fine. Hey! Bounty of the Magus. Manic Madness. Bounty of the Magus? Yes. Yes, it does. It does work. Oh man, I just got a very good confirmation that we're good for the night. So we're going to be able to kill him. Try to get one more, and then and we bury Archon of Nilzan Elite. Yeah, let's do the boss. Okay, so this is the real last one. And then I'm going to sleep because I need sleep. Let's do this. Is that good enough? Yeah. Let's do this. Zanya Bloodfist against us. Turn 2, we Arcane Focus. Nice. Don't have any interaction though. Like something on the board. Besides a million of Monty and Magus. Okay, that was near perfect. Next turn, if we draw a shard, we're going to be able to cast a bounty on, I guess. Another echo would mean, yeah, we're going to be pretty close to a win now. Hey, I think we've got the engine going. I know it's one less, but getting another bounty of the Magus, increasing in size. That another bounty of the Magus. Another bounty of the Magus. And I don't think, yeah, we likely can cast another one, right? 9, 11. Wait, we don't even have, yeah, we have one. Cannot do bounty of the Magus again, but that should be okay because we've got a lot of lower amount of card draw in here, and that's why I don't want to have Archmage unlock as much, because we're likely just going to die to him if we do that. Hey, look at that. We got it! Alright, that will be closing the stream for the night. Withdraw. Hey, we've got an Engorger. That's a very fine card to have. No shame in withdrawing on the second tier and getting an Engorger. Alright, so I'm gonna show the list, and this is going to be the end for tonight. So, I'm going to continue to experiment with the Tome Seekers. I think I kinda want to run the Keepsake. But this is less Sapphire Threshold. Or the this is less Sapphire Threshold for Peak, so I'm really not sure about this move. Really not sure. Because we could replace Peak with more 3 cost card draw, but we need 1 or 2 cost card draw in that slot. Peak is about as good as it gets. It's draw 1, but it's still powerful enough. Because Keepsake enables us to play a 2 cost Shaper into 1 eco and then still play something, or enables us to have an empowered Shaper on turn 2, on turn 4 with an eco for the win. So I kinda love the Keepsake for that. Keepsake would also lower the cost of Forbidden Tome Seeker, now that I think about it. Kinda love them. Maybe... Three Tome Seeker and 1 less Peak. That good? I don't know. Maybe we explore Tome Seeker as the other mage and we go full 4. And sometimes we do aggro, sometimes we do combo. Alright, food for thought, and I guess I can post this here in the stream for anyone who wants to have it. And that's going to be it. Thank you very much for joining. Appreciate everyone keeping up with the frozen webcam for so long. But now I got to go from work and I can go to sleep, and I will. If you want to know more about PvE or have just talked with a bunch of people who are really good and really light-hearted and good-willed and well-mannered, you just go into the Wardens of Entrat's Discord. And Warden, is that the right command? Wait, help. Oh yeah, it works. So it's the Discord. Yeah, Discord is there, and you can join. It's open to public. You don't need to do any commitment. There is discussion 24/7 about PvE and other stuff related to X. It's just a nice bunch of people, and if you're creating content and you want more visibility on your stuff, do not hesitate to join the Wardens Discord and post your stuff there. We've got plenty of channels to do it, and if you even like to have some kind of a platform to publish your things, we do have a website that has regular new updates, and we can certainly host all sorts of kinds of crazy stuff, so don't hesitate to add us. We're currently working on a bunch of things in parallel, and we need more for our content producer team. So if you're interested in helping organizing events, helping write guides, deck breakdowns, any kind of regular column, just let us know, and we're going to set you up and hook you up and make sure that you're ready to go. So with that in mind, thank you so much for watching. Recording will be on YouTube, and you can find me on YouTube, the forums, Twitter, Twitch, everywhere as CoachFliperon. Take care and have a great night. Bye.